What's going on, everybody? It's Auston Holleman back with another live stream. I tried to go live on the Facebook page, but Facebook says I am going against their policies. I don't know how. We're gonna wait till we get about 100 people in here. So far, I am going against their policies. I don't know how. We're gonna wait till we get about 100 people in here. So far, sorry. We're gonna wait till we get about 100 people in here, and then we will start reviewing a video from Vibing with Fred. You guys don't know Vibing with Fred. That is a good friend of mine I've been out here with since since the day I touched down. And he did a video. I didn't even finish watching it so that way I could give a review without knowing what he's going to say next. But we get about 100 people in here. We'll look at it. Right now, we only got 51 people. If you are watching right now, leave a 1 in the chat. Now, I'm already seeing somebody in the comments saying, I can't understand why brothers feel the need to be married so bad. I'm not in a rush to get married anytime soon. I don't know who is. But there are some dudes that want to travel for a wife, including myself. I'm just not rushing it. It comes when it comes. I told you guys I already met a woman I felt like was wife material. I'm just still seeing her. But what I'm not going to do is rush into it and been knowing her for 7 weeks and she lives somewhere else and then feel like I'm just lock her down and marry her. That's how you get your ass milk dry and used for a green card. Let me turn on my jazz music in the background. Now, so we got about 67 people. Get to about 80, we'll go ahead and turn on this video. Yeah, you get gringo. So I got 2 videos I want to watch. I actually want to watch one of Just Pearly Things videos as well with her and Andrew Tate. That way I can stay a little bit relevant to that side of YouTube and the manosphere, not just a passport bro. Which honestly, you guys, I really don't care about what's going on in the Matrix. I enjoy talking shit about it, but it's hard for me to even debate those women and stuff like that. That like what Just Pearly Things does, I would be boring doing because I just don't care enough. Like it would just be like shout out to her as well. Her video got 1 million views the first day. And then they age restricted it. He said, "All right, now you missed my super chat yesterday. Answer this question. What's the question? I do remember you saying that. Yeah, the video does look kind of 2006. I don't know why it's like that. Maybe it's the focus on the camera. I don't know. It's the same camera. The Wi-Fi is good today. It was doing that before I even started the live. But what was the question before now I'm gonna go ahead and start the video. Thank you so much, Jeff, for adding all the links in the description as well. I mean, in the chat as well. Please, 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 guys, go like the Facebook page and follow. Where are the Beckys at? Trying to break the trend of black men and white women down there in Brazil. Need to see more of that down there. What? You said trying to break the trend of black men or white women? Is that what that? Yeah, I see. You say you want to see more white girls. Are you concerned with getting your intimate with getting your intimate with the sisters that have been COVID. I'm COVID vaccinated as well. I don't believe in the propaganda of COVID. No, I'm not concerned. I mean, what is there to be concerned at? What are they gonna do? Well, what's the vaccine gonna do in the blood? It's hot as hell over here. I turned on the air. Okay, let's go ahead and share the screen. And we got over 100 people in here. Looks like now 103. Did y'all like that girl last night? She actually told me. Well, I knew she didn't want to do the interview that much yesterday anyway, but she went as soon as the camera went off, she was like, "Oh my god, that was so difficult. That was so difficult. The questions were so hard." It's like that was really one of the hard questions. I tried to kiss her, and she's still looking at the camera like, "Is it still on?" Even when I put the cap on top. So that's why her body language is like that. She just didn't want to be on camera. Black men and white women need to see more of those couples down there trying to get an Italian brasileia, but a German brasileia will be good too. Oh, yeah. There's plenty. I mean, I think as a gringo, you got a better shot at getting a white girl, right? Because they have that classism down here. Most of the black people aren't in the upper class, as just about anywhere in the world. Okay, I did good today. I didn't drink today, even though I want to. I didn't drink. So let's go ahead and share the screen. You would give old girl from last night a 7? I mean, I guess if you say Brazilian 7, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the music off so that we can hear his video. I keep it 100 with you guys. What up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy, Bob Free. You already know I gotta keep it 100 with you guys. A lot of you guys have been asking this question privately, messaging me, Instagram, Telegram, everything. I see the comments on YouTube as well. All right, so we're gonna address this two-part question. A, can you find a wife in Brazil? B, do the women bullshit and play games like the women in the States? Let's talk about it. So we're gonna go ahead and address the first topic. Can you find a wife from Brazil? And the question is, the answer is yes. You can find a wife from Brazil. There's a part to that though. You gotta go through a lot of people, right? You gotta go through, I wouldn't even say a wife. I would say a wife and a girlfriend, right? Somebody that you committed to officially and you. So I want to touch on that. He says you have to go through a lot of people. I know when I first came out, I used to say that you could find your wife the first day, which, hey, anything is possible. That's true. But now that I'm living down here, maybe it's just this city. You are going to run through a lot. You're going to have to run through, unless if you're just lucky, you have to run through a lot of women first before you even, you have to meet a lot of women. You have to get a lot of numbers. You have to date a lot of women before you find one that you feel like you can marry. Like I said, the one I feel like I can marry, which I'm not 100% yet, but I think so. I'm still meeting women on the side that seem like they could be girlfriend material, but not wife material. You're gonna have to do the whole dating process. Difference is between here in the States, dating, this type of dating that I'm doing now, dating around, meeting women, getting to know personalities, getting to know what I like and don't like. It's such a fucking game in the States. Is it really as easy as it is out here? No, it's not. It is like the game is on, like, I don't know if you guys play Call of Duty. Now you got easy, intermediate, you got beginner, intermediate, hard, and then you won't survive. I forgot what they call it. It's on you won't survive in the United States. It's not worth it. It's not worth all the stress that you got to go to. Like in the United States, it's so bad that when you do find a woman that has 60% of you what you want, if you don't want to go overseas to get a wife, you might as well marry the motherfucker that got 50 or 60% of what you want. Versus here, you can take your time because I know after so long, I'm gonna find somebody that got 90% of what I want. Nobody's perfect, so I'm not gonna say 100, but you can find about 90% of what you want out of somebody in Brazil. And it's like he says here, there's a variety of options, but he hasn't said that yet. But let's go ahead and keep watching. Ready to, like, this is the one. You got to go through numbers, bro. For one, there's a lot of beautiful women in Brazil. So just off beauty alone,
you need to know that this is somebody I can look at for the rest of my life, right? For two, it's a two part to that. You cannot get caught up on the looks. You know what I'm saying? I know you probably like, damn, that contradicts yourself.
Let's talk about that. Now, you got two types of dudes, three types of dudes that watch my channel. You got dudes like me that understand women. And you got dudes that ain't got no damn standards, which is a lot of y'all. And then you got dudes that get caught up on looks. Okay? When we bring these women on these panels or these shows, it's not always about how yes, beauty matters. But that's not 100%. Men, the men I know and the man that I am and that I think other men may be like, will take down notches of beauty if she could, like, for example, I got a 10 that can't do shit. More than likely she's from the United States. And then I got an 8 in Brazil, which is not an 8, which is not the equivalent to an 8 in the United States. It's like an 11 in the States, but you got an 8 in Brazil in a Brazilian 10, but she's from the United States. Let's just say that. The 10 can't do shit. She can't cook, clean, and she boring as hell. The 8 is an 8. She's not a 10, but she does everything. She cooks, she cleans, she good sex, everything. She wants a family, all that. I'll go down for the 8 before I get a 10 that's gonna make me feel miserable as shit because I don't really like her.
There's a lot of beautiful women to choose from, but you can't just get caught up on the beauty, right? It got to be deeper than that. There's a lot of beautiful women in Brazil, bro. Obviously, everybody knows that. And a lot of you guys think that, oh, you guys going to Brazil for this, you guys going to Brazil for that, or you travel all the way over here for that. Like, you guys have a one-track mind, and you think Brazilians only look a specific way, right? These top models and shit.
And they're usually not black. The way the ideal mind, the ideal look that most Americans or other people in other countries think of when they think of Brazilians, 9 times out of 10, they're not thinking of a black woman. Just like those idiot American women that say, oh, y'all not even going down there for black women. Bitch, the majority of Brazil is black. What the fuck is you talking about? But he's right about that. Y'all think Brazilians look a certain way, but let's keep listening.
But when you meet these chicks, which I've met them and I've talked to them, I've been in the room with them, these chicks don't really have shit to talk about, but they fine as hell, right? They don't have shit going for themselves. They literally just survive off of looks. We know this happens in the U.S. a lot, but there's a lot of women who y'all think are, oh, this is what you're going to do. I want to see a lot of you guys pull up to Brazil and pull these chicks, bro.
For example, Fred and I were at the beach yesterday. There was this one chick, her friend actually wanted to talk to me. I didn't like her friend. Her friend was like the phone. She was more than the phone call before the lotion. She wasn't, oh, I'm only going to hit her when I'm drunk. She was, I don't know. She would have, if she was aggressive, so I can't say if she was aggressive. She just, when you get adjusted to Brazil, you don't settle as much as you used to. In the States, I would have been up on her, but here I ain't got to settle. There's too many beautiful women for me to go for her. But would I smash? Hell yeah. But I want my track record to look like a goddamn award ceremony when I put it in a booklet. I don't want to have her throw off no. I want everybody to look good. But her friend looked good, looked really good. So she kept choosing at me, and I told her friend, well, I believe Fred told one of their friends to tell them to come here. And the chick in the red thinks I want to talk to her. And I was like, so I got at her friend. And I asked her friend what her name was, and I said, I like you. And apparently she didn't know what the hell that meant. And so Fred knows I got a short tolerance for bullshit. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, okay. So I went and walked off a little bit, and she didn't talk to me again. And I'm like, yeah, I could tell she wasn't feeling, because if I say I like you and you don't say nothing back, okay. She said, cool. That's what she said. Oh, that's cool. Okay. You think that's cool? You're not interested back? That's fine. You don't have to be interested. Maybe fuck it. So I went, sat down, and then these other chicks start talking to us, and they're like into us, right? The entire time they're talking to us, I'm looking behind them, and the same chicks are sitting back there like this, pointing, and I know they just moved on so quickly. And so I told Fred, watch, when I go up here to go to the bathroom, she gonna say something. I was about to walk up the stairs. She calls me over. She's like, my friend misunderstood you. She likes you too. And I'm like, okay. And then, but she's also bored. She's almost like 40 years old, right? She's like, I'm timid. I'm timid. Ma'am, I don't give a fuck how much of a bookworm you are. 40 years old is almost that's way. And she looked 22. 40 years old is too old to be timid. Okay. I've never heard of anybody that's damn near 40 say that. Got to texting her. Really ain't no good conversation. I'm running out of shit to say. So, but she's beautiful. She was like, I give her like a 8.5, 9. So when he's saying just because they're beautiful, they don't have no substance, that's not a wife. But a lot of y'all will come down here and look, oh, I got me a bad bitch, so I'm gonna wife her up and give her a ring. And you're also gonna be miserable as hell.
Because if I put any of y'all, I ain't gonna say all of y'all, some of you guys probably pull it, but the dudes who be talking the most shit about what dudes should be talking to this girl or that girl or this or that, I want to see you guys in a room full of these people. Because a lot of these people, a lot of these chicks do not choose certain guys that look a certain way or whatever. Like these top bad Brazilian chicks, which y'all think dudes should be coming to Brazil for, A, don't have shit going for themselves, don't have shit to talk about, and really just shallow as hell. They just find the shit. So it's pretty much a waste of time. Me personally, I'd rather have a simple chick that's beautiful as hell, natural, good conversation, great personality, can have fun, we can do whatever, we can go out, we can kick it at the crib.
He said good conversation, right? Now, who remembers often whenever we have these debates about dating women that are like 18, 19, 20, right? And Auston says that I can't date 18, 19, 20, 21 year olds because they're boring as shit. They don't, and I'm 23 and I've been knowing that since I was 19 or 20, that the chicks that are around my age range, bro, they are like bird brains. Like they ain't got no brain, man. Not all of them. I've ran into a few of them that's pretty smart. Most of them were here, but the ones in the States, no. They ain't got nothing to talk about. And for you dudes, a lot of y'all motherfuckers be capping. I ain't y'all lie about a lot of shit. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all say, "Oh, I'm gonna go overseas and get me a fresh out of high school 18-year-old." I ain't got. She ain't got. I said, "Well, yeah, she might be tight and have a new body and be beautiful. Might not have no wrinkles or nothing like that, but she ain't gonna have no substance more than likely." It's more likely that she won't have any substance and won't bring any real value because she don't know shit usually. But it's more likely that she's gonna have a better physical appearance. So you guys are valuing the physical appearance over. Well, you could really go up 5 or 6 more years, 25, 27, and well, that's not 6. You know what I mean? 7 years. You can go up to about 25 and get a little more substance. Somebody that's already out of college. But y'all say, oh, well, my 18-year-old wife, she ain't got to talk to me. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. I don't know anybody in their right mind that wants a goddamn girlfriend that they can't call and tell about how fucked up their day at work was. And she have some real substance to fucking make you feel better. But a girl with maturity and a good conversation and all that, she gonna think, okay, let me have his bath water running, let me massage him whenever he get home and give him the best head he done had this year. But a girl that ain't got no good conversation that's 18 years old, she probably don't even know how to suck dick that good. She don't even know how a massage is not even gonna cross her damn mind. The rose petals on the floor, the candles lit, she ain't gonna think about none of that shit. That's very rare. I don't give a fuck how much she like you. No. So y'all need to cut that bullshit out.
Play video games, have some wine, order some food. She cook for me. She do my nails. She do all that shit, right? Which I have.
And most 18-year-olds ain't gonna do your nails. Again, that's a general statement. You might find one, but the majority no. But that's what I value too. I value a woman. That's what he just said. Doing your nails, like your manicures and pedicures. Technically, that's serving your man. And the younger generations usually aren't gonna want that. But I'm gonna get off this young talk.
So For me, I don't need no bad supermodel ass chick, bro. Like if they ain't got shit going, they ain't got shit to talk about, and they fucking boring, bro. You know what I'm saying? What's that? What the fuck is that? That ain't shit for me. So can you find a wife in Brazil? Yes, but you gotta go through hella numbers to find it, or you can just get lucky instantly, right? Which is very possible because the options are endless in Brazil, depending on where you are as well. It's endless. You can find somebody to settle down with. They got whatever your type is, they have it here. You know what I'm saying?
And we keep saying this. Everything is in Brazil, okay? I don't know who came up with this statistic that it's all white. That's bullshit. I don't know where they got that from. Because that's definitely not what you see when you get here. But they got plenty of black folks, plenty of that Afro. They got some black folks that look like they still in Africa. They got some black folks that look like me. And they got some black folks that look like the what do you call them? Well, whatever the swirl, the black and Hispanic look. You know, that typical like Mexican and black, that type of look. You got white folks. You got the white and the native mix. Okay, you got the black and the native mix, and that's a very, very beautiful mix. Very beautiful mix. You got Asian folks out here. Not so many on this side, but I've heard in Sao Paulo and Amazonas that they're out there too. You got them, and then you got them mixed with the indigenous people. You got them mixed with the black people. You got everything here is fucking mixed. Literally everything. So, like he said, whatever you want is here in Brazil.
There's something for somebody, everybody here in Brazil. Part two to that. Do women bullshit and play games in Brazil? Yes, bro, but it's tolerable. All right, it's not on the same level. I would say out of 15 chicks that you meet, 3 or 4 of them are gonna bullshit. They gonna flake. You're gonna set up a time or place to meet, and they not gonna text you back. You're gonna get their number. They not gonna fucking text you. You're gonna kiss them, and she gonna make you feel good. You're gonna make her feel good. You like, damn, bro, I just got this badass chick. We didn't exchange numbers. We kissed. We linked.
To elaborate on that, I kissed 2 chicks yesterday. I ain't heard from neither one of them since. I got both their numbers. I ain't heard from neither one of them. That happens, okay? I've heard him say before that a kiss is like a chick giving you her number in the States. Just because a chick in the States give you her number does not mean you ever hear from her again. A chick here could kiss you, and that's it. And it's happened to me so many times. But hey, you don't ever hear me complain about it. I don't care because there's so many women. I don't care. Could you get a chick's number, like he said, and they never text you back? Yes. Yes, that does happen. But again, it's so many options here, and there's so many women that aren't 300 pounds. Because in the States, there's more women than men, right? But there aren't that many beautiful women, and you don't realize it until you go outside the country where all the food isn't processed and everybody's in shape. Then you realize how many more options you got in Brazil as compared to the United States. Now, he said flakes as well. I've been in Brazil this week. It has made 10 weeks. I've been in Salvador 7 weeks. No, I've been in Salvador 6 weeks. I was in Rio a week before that, and I was in May. I was in Rio 2 weeks. February, I was there for a week. So I've been in Brazil 10 weeks this year. I got my first flake on Christmas Day Sunday, and she's blocked, and she better delete me out of her fucking memory bank because even in the States that's unacceptable. But being in a place now where flaking is like uncommon, it's not the norm. See, in the States, I expect the motherfucker to not show up. Like I literally plan a date, like already thinking back on my she ain't gonna show up because it's probably true. Here, you'll have a problem if you set up 3 dates. Usually, if you set up 3 dates in one day, you'll have 3 dates. Fred's been here longer than me, so maybe it takes more time and going through more women to see that you'll get flaked on. But for me being here for 10 weeks, I have not set up a date with a time and a place with a person, and they didn't show up except one time. One time. Now I've gotten somebody say like, I tell them like, hey, like, I want to take you out tomorrow, or I want to take you out later on today. And they say, oh, where? Let's go to this restaurant. But I don't ever agree on the time. And then they just stop responding, like, oh, let's go here to this restaurant. Can you go? And then I won't hear from them again. That's not a flake because she didn't even agree, or we never agreed on the time. But having a set meeting, time and place. I've only had one flake. If I set up 10 dates in the United States, I'm gonna get flaked on about 8 times.
And then boom, disappear. Don't say shit else, right? That happens in Brazil, bro. More than what you guys think, more than what people are telling y'all. So do not get so caught up in I got this chick number at the club, or I kissed her at the club, or I kissed her here, or I got her number here, or we linked up a few times. Like, bro, that shit don't mean nothing, unfortunately, right? Because people, the fucking turnover ratio is very, 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 very frequent in Brazil. I don't know why, but it is. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a chick who is just like legit as hell, you gotta hold on to her, bro, because the turnover ratio here is so fucking high, right? So you do have bullshit people here. Unfortunately, that's everywhere. So I'd say out of 15 people, 3 or 4 is gonna bullshit. Now we know in the States that number's completely flipped. Out of 15 people, only 3 or 4 of them is gonna be cool and the rest is gonna be bullshit. And what I mean by the 15, right? So when one chick is not on program, or 2 chicks or 3 chicks is not on program, and they bullshit and they wasting time, they're not texting back. You schedule today and they taking 2, 3, 4 hours to fucking respond, and you're like, damn, I could have been doing some other shit. When one of them does not get with the program, bro, there's another one coming right back behind them. You know what I'm saying? So the ones who are real deal Holyfield Brazilian chicks, they know this, especially when they know your words and they know that you real deal. They're gonna do everything in their power to keep it 100, to be on time, to show you effort, to give you the energy that you deserve.
Exactly. Exactly. So I don't take any because I'm a straightforward guy. Okay, I put out straightforward energy. I'm straightforward with what I say. When Austin's flirting with you, there is no misunderstanding. I'm very clear. Okay, just like I told the other chick yesterday that I liked her to her face, and I say that a lot, and she act like oh, that's cool. All right, bitch, that's it. That's all I had to say. If you feel like all you can say is that's cool, fine. But there's way more chicks in Brazil that aren't like that. You go approach them and you hold, like I told you guys, to hold their hand. If you're trying to figure out how interested she is in you, you grab her hand and you just hold it. Like hold, I usually hold them right here, or it don't really even matter. I mean, just hold their hand and they'll hold your hand and they won't let go. And they'll look at you in the eye and smile and kiss you. That's what he means by on the program. There's a lot of chicks out here that are on the program. You try to hold a bitch hand in the States. But yeah, so it's more frequent that you're gonna bump into people that got substance and that actually want to go somewhere with you versus in the States, you approach and it's usually not going nowhere. Okay. It's usually not going nowhere in the States. But here, more than less, you'll have people go like buy a lot.
Because they know. Even some fine ass chicks, bro, they be like, yo, why do you want to talk to me? I'm like, bro, you're fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're a beautiful woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean? They don't see the beauty how we see them, bro. So the ones who are on program, they gonna do everything in their power to make sure that you fed, you taken care of, you drink water today, all your shit is good. You know what I'm saying? And
how many times have I told you about Brazilian women that say, "Have you drank water?" The chicks the first Brazilian chick I talked to, she used to want to see my pee. If I video chatted her and I was peeing, I do that a lot, and I was peeing, she'd be like, "Let me see it." And if it was too yellow, she'd be like, "Go drink more." She would make sure I drink more. She was on it. She'd make sure I ate and drank water. Wanted me to sleep a certain amount of hours. It's different.
And then they're gonna give you that trust factor, and you're gonna start building a bond with them. But you can easily see that versus the ones who bullshit. You're gonna know very, very frequently. Like I always told you guys, bro, when you meet a chick, she got 48 hours. She got 48 hours to link up. And it depends on the situation. She might get 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what it is. But I done met dudes who get a number on Monday and she try to kick it the following Monday or that Sunday or something. Nah, bro.
And if she do that shit, block that bitch. Block her. Well, you ain't got to block her. I'm extreme when it comes to cutting people off, but just tell her you good. Because I had a chick that came over, what was that, last Tuesday? And she came over last Tuesday And she's thinking, oh, because Auston lives here. See, when I was a tourist, they'll make this shit happen because they know you about to go. But when they figure out you living here, they want to push it out. Oh no, let's get together. Like he said, a week from now, 5. I said, baby, that's too much time. I'm in a playground right now. Okay, I'm probably gonna forget. Sometimes I be forgetting about motherfuckers that ain't bullshit. Okay, so for you to be bullshitting, I'm damn sure gonna forget about you. You want to push it out to a week? Okay, try it.
Hell no, not bro, not in Brazil. Like you gotta think. You get her number today and she a bad. And you walk out you leave your house, you're gonna see about 20 or 30 more. So if you ain't trying to see me within as soon as possible, there's other people that's trying to see me. You know what I'm saying? Especially the people you've already met. And say you haven't got to hang out with them yet. And they dying to fucking hang out with you. So when one of them is bullshit like that, that's the opportunities that you have in Brazil as a single man. All right. So when one of them is bullshitting, there's more. You know what I'm saying? So the ones who are good are going to try to make sure that they the only one. They're going to try to solidify that spot. I'm just keeping it 100 with you guys. So you do get the bullshit games, and they do play games. You'll match them on fucking online. You'll send them a message, they won't respond, or they'll take them.
And that's gonna be everywhere in the world. Okay, these are still women. They still enjoy validation. So there are. I've seen some Instagram models in Brazil that I had been following before I even came to Bahia, and I seen them at the club, and then I seen them on Tinder. And I'm like, why would she be on Tinder? She got 70, 80. Her DMs, chicks' DMs be flooded at 2 and 3,000 followers. Why are your DMs flooded? I know your DMs are flooded at 70, 80,000 followers. Why are you on a dating app? For more validation. She not going to meet those dudes. More than likely. Now, I got a notification that somebody sent me a cash app. Fontanilla. Thank you for the super chat. Wait, I don't see a question on there. You said that you had a question. Yeah, I don't see what question. It just says facts, respect from San Francisco Bay Area. I appreciate it. But I don't. Whoever asked me a question on my Cash App, I don't see it right now. My Cash App is at the bottom. I don't know if you sent it to the right one.
They never fucking respond. Or they'll post online but don't even respond to your shit. Or you'll schedule some shit with them and they won't fucking hit you back. You'll get their number at the club, you get their number at the beach, in the street, at the restaurant, wherever. They choosing you, and you're like, damn, bro, you get all that shit. I got your number, and you know what I'm saying? You ain't saying nothing, you ain't linking up, you ain't trying to see me, you ain't trying to pull up, you ain't trying to go get something to eat, drink, whatever. It happens. But like I said, out of 15, only like 3 or 4 maybe do that shit. And some dudes just get hella discouraged because they'll get that 3 or 4 in a row and be like, damn, South not for me, or Brazil's not for me, or this state is not for me.
And usually, if you getting 3 or 4 in a row, they not choosing you. Okay. Because if you going off choosing signals like I do, I don't cold approach really much. I cold approach yesterday, one time. I ain't heard from her since because I mean we talked for a little bit. She ain't talking about shit. Anyway, if you operate off choosing signals, this saves you so much time. I mean, sometimes they so bad you gotta approach it, yes, but it's so many beautiful women in Brazil. She could be beautiful. If she's not choosing me, I ain't going over there. If I didn't see it and Fred didn't see it, it didn't even happen. Because usually I don't miss choosing signals. Usually I'm not gonna miss it. Okay, I usually see everything. So me getting discouraged from getting rejected 3 or 4 times in a row, that happened one time in Rio, but that's because I was just approaching everybody I thought was attractive, and not everybody that thought I was attractive. Because when women think you are attractive, they will break it. Especially in Brazil, they will show you, and they're gonna make sure you find out that they like you. No, there's no reason to cold approach in Brazil. So if you get rejected 3, 4 times in a row, you approaching the wrong women. Like definitely. You need to approach who's staring you down, who's smiling at you, who's giggling with her friends and pointing at you. That's who you need to approach, not the ones that act like you ain't even sit right in front of their goddamn face. No.
You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta go through the fucking numbers, bro. Because if you hit the 3 or 4 up front, and then you're like, oh shit, and then the next 11 or 12 is like home runs, but you already then fucking gave up at the 3 or 4. So confidence and consistency gotta be key, bro. You cannot be afraid of a fucking no, bro. What's the worst a girl can tell you? No. All right, babe, you don't want to talk to me, you don't fuck with me? Boom. I'm going to the next person, bro. You cannot be fucking afraid of a chick telling you no in Brazil. Because I can almost guarantee you, when one chick tells you no, right? Say this chick right here tell you no, and you go out the street, you're gonna see a chick that's 5 times better than her, excited as fuck, energy on 10, and she really, really like you, and she's giving you all the fucking effort and energy that you wanted from this chick. So she done fucking lost out. That's the opportunity that you have in Brazil. You know what I'm saying? I see this shit all the time, and it happens all the time. So, yes, bro, these are the 2 questions that I get a lot. I hope this helps you guys out. Make sure you guys hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to 5K, then 10K, and then we'll keep this shit going, man.
So, pretty much touched on everything he said. If you guys have not, please go subscribe to his channel. It's Vibing with Fred. He's at 3,800 subscribers from what I'm looking at right now. Let's get him to at least 4,000 before the live stream is up, and hopefully it keeps growing after the live stream gets published. And I'll tag his name in the title and the description. Mods, can you link his channel in the chat really quick? But yeah, there's no reason to get discouraged in Brazil. There's too many women. Okay, there's too many women. I had to tell Floyd that because Floyd was literally shooting at Floyd was shooting at a range of women he was shooting at everybody pretty much. And he started to get discouraged at one point. I was telling him, bro, that's because you are shooting at women that aren't shooting at you. Okay. In the States, that's necessary. In the States, you pretty much need to operate off cold approaches. Like, I don't know, women in the States are just fucking stupid and dumb. I hate it. But in Brazil, if they like you, they will show you. Now, let's we got 289 people in here. Yeah, Darren, yeah, you're right. He said Floyd firing from the hip. So let's read a couple of these chats really quick. Kings and Dreams, appreciate the super chat. He says Auston is speaking facts. He said willful ignorance and misinformation. Also, what was I talking about? So here we go. We're not going to dig too deep into this age shit, but I disagree with you, bro. I'd rather take the 18-year-old. Hey, I would fuck the 18-year-old. I don't even want to do that, man. I'm 23. I don't have time for bad sex. So honestly, I enjoy older women. Like, not old. I will. But like y'all be talking about, oh, don't fuck with women past the wall. I love fucking with women past the wall because I'm not trying to get married at this moment, right? So if she on the wall, the pussy gonna be better anyway. Because she trying to lock down a man and she got more sexual experience. Versus I go get an 18-year-old, dude, she don't know shit. I'm young. I want to get my experience up too. Why the fuck would I want to? Why would I try to build my experience with a motherfucker that don't know nothing? You want me to build my experience with another beginner rather than the expert? That's crazy. He said I funked her first. Appreciate that. He says, now you all want a wife. I do want a wife, just not from the United States. Also, the It's That Bad t-shirt, I just ordered mine. I've used this company before, so I'm going to go ahead and I still got another little edit I want to do to it. But it should be up by tomorrow. I'm just waiting on this guy, but I've used this company before. I had shirts when I had a barber business before, and they have good quality shirts and they fit very well. So I'm going to go ahead and put it up for y'all to buy whenever I get it ready. I'll make an announcement, do a video, do a post. I'll do a video when I get my shirt, but they're simple right now. They just say it's that bad on there. Don't try to do it yourself because I do have a trademark and I will milk your ass dry if you try to take my shit. But they're on the way. I know it's long. I overthought it for a while. I just like, you know what? Let me just put it's that bad on there. I tried to put all this other stuff down the line. I'll do that. But right now, people just care about the it's that bad. Keep that good content coming, bro. I appreciate that, American Brazilian. Thank you very much for that super chat. So he said, I'm looking for something long term. That's why I'd rather have an 18-year-old. Yeah, I mean, logically, that does make sense, right? But it doesn't really make sense. You would think that, yeah, she's younger, so I'll die before she does, right? But an 18-year-old, they're still kind of dumb. They're not, they don't even think. Like, let's keep in mind too. My ex-girlfriend was 19. She had a dude that was paying 100% of the bills. I was 20 years old. I had been successful since I met her, but I was 20 years old. I was able to have my own car, my own apartment, never asked anybody for money, well mannered, well dressed, well groomed. And she didn't appreciate none of that shit. That's why she's not here. So getting an 18-year-old, those women are still stupid. Women usually don't get their mind right until they about damn near until they hit the wall. And then they realize, oh shit, that is a good guy. Cause whether if my ex would want to come back now, it don't matter. I live in Brazil. I wouldn't fuck with her anyway. But I'm pretty sure by the time she's 30, she wouldn't say what she said the day after we separated when she was 19. Like, oh well, he's just this. She probably talked bad about my ass. But when she's 30, she'd be like, you know what? He maybe I didn't like him in that moment, but he did have his shit together. He was a good dude. And if she don't say that, fuck her. Yeah, exactly. They're way too immature. Way too immature at 18. 25 is like a sweet spot. 25, 26, usually they have a level of common sense and everything. How do you get along with their children when you date older? Not all older women have children. Let's start there. But usually I don't meet them because I'm not getting serious with them. So I usually don't meet the children. Love the content. Hopefully we will meet in Brazil. Absolutely. I will be here permanently. So just let me know when you get out here. Appreciate that super chat. How tall are you, Auston? I'm 5'9" and wondering if my height will be my kryptonite in Brazil. You are 2 inches shorter than me. 2 inches. But that can be hacked by some thicker shoes, thicker soles of shoes. You can buy shoes that make you taller. And if you work out your lower back with the what do they call this? Where you go like that. Believe it or not, that makes you taller because it makes you stand up straight, and stand up straight does add like an extra inch onto you. It doesn't add, but it just you're standing up straight. What's going on, Mr. Amsterdam? Auston, wait till you get in your 40s. You'll want an 18-year-old. You just don't see it yet. No, I'm not going to see that. Thank you for that super chat, though. I have a good intellect right now. Yeah, deadlift is good for that, too. I have a good intellect, and I don't see it deteriorating as I get older. And yeah. I don't know. I don't like 18-year-olds right now. It's just annoying. As far as women go. Men, I'm not dating men, so they're not gonna annoy me like the woman would. Because what I'm trying to get is substance and some good conversation out of the woman, and if I can't get that, she's annoying. So let's look at Pearl's video. She had Andrew Tate come to London. I believe she's in London. and Brittany Renner was there, and some other modern woman sitting in between them, and some other modern woman that's usually on her show, I believe, that said some really stupid stuff this episode. She actually invited me to come out there, and it's wintertime there right now, so I won't be coming. I don't like winter, but whenever it turns spring, summer, I'm gonna contact her and ask her when can I come on, because she offered for me to come. She offered for me to come, so I'll go whenever it warms up in England. Edward Bates says, "Do you have any long form content? I only see your short content. I have a lot of long form content. I think you just need to click on the page because it's on there." Dapper Gent says 18 is way too young. That's a child. Thank you very much. Yes. Yes. When you look at her on a sheet of paper, we talking about fertility and all that. Yeah, but again, if I'm 40 years old, I'm gonna want to talk about, grown man shit. And 18-year-olds usually don't know grown man shit. Appreciate that super chat. Hello, Austin. Is the checkout thing in the description box? Get a remote job to see what's available. Yes, it's in the description right now. I appreciate that super chat. Yeah, it's on there right now. If you click in the description and click on the job list, it'll take you straight to it, and I'll email it to you. Okay.
Question is, what is the number one problem facing men today, and what is the number one problem facing women today?
You say something?
Come on, man.
The number one problem. The number one problem with men is that they don't tell women the truth, and the number one problem with women is that they can't handle the truth. Simple.
That's a good paradigm to start from, because it's actually very interesting you say that. A lot of women say, "I just want a man who's honest," and then the second you're honest, she's like, "What? You did it wrong?" It's like, "Well, then don't ask me for honesty. Of course I fucking lie."
Thank you.
So that's a good point. I agree with that. I don't think it's the biggest problem, but it certainly is a problem in relationships today. That is a problem. The biggest problem with men today is that I think the world is becoming hyper competitive. Most men are not aware and understanding of how quickly there's going to be a genuine shift in between those who have things and those who do not have things. Not just finances, but also female status, everything else. And it's a status game, right? And it's becoming harder and harder for men to play. And that's all women's fault, of course. Because women choose the winners, right? Women choose who the high stakes males are. So women pretend to give a shit about men. Of course they don't. They give a shit about themselves. And a woman, if you ask her what she wants from a man, she's like, "I don't want much. I just want to find a nice man who's a millionaire and 6 foot tall and funny and charismatic and interesting and spontaneous and looks after me and doesn't cheat. And is funny and good looking and strong. I don't want much." Like they name all this shit that most dudes are never gonna have. And it's becoming harder and harder, and you end up with people, top G's who own everything on the planet they could ever possibly wish for, and then you got other guys who have nothing. There's this large divide. There's no longer any middle ground. We have dudes who can't get any pussy, and then you got dudes who are just blocking girls left, right, and center. And that's what the problem with being a man is today.
What about the women?
Well, I would say, everybody's got a chance to talk.
I'm gonna shut up and have my fun time.
No, I want to know. I want to learn from you, Seth.
You want to learn from me?
I wanted to answer. I feel like it goes for both. It's not just one or the other. I feel like it's self-accountability.
I don't like Brittany Renner.
Women are not accountable for themselves. I agree with you there.
Why just women, though?
It's both.
It is both. You're right. But society punishes men for not being self-accountable. Society does not punish women for not being self-accountable. I'll give you an example. If you're a man and you're arrogant and you think you're something when you're not, trust me, society will teach you very quickly that you don't matter when you don't get laid and you stay a fucking brokey. If you're a chick and think you're something when you're not, you can run around with your ego, still get dates, still get laid, still have a fairly sensible social life. Society as a whole doesn't come along and slap you in the face with realizations. If you're a man and you think you're something you're not, it is a ticking time bomb until society teaches you a lesson. That's the difference. This is why men in general are more self-accountable, because the men who are not self-accountable get fucked up. So those who are successful are very self-accountable people. They look at themselves and go, okay, the only way I'm going to get and progress further, the reason she left me, the only way I'm going to do better, make more money, etc., is I have to change. Most women don't want to do that. They don't sit and think, I have to change. They think, oh, he left me because it's him, and I lost my job because my boss, and this is this because of this. No, you women don't look in the mirror and change a fucking thing.
But don't forget what you're forgetting right nowadays. They can't change it because it's all about body positivity.
Are you
They
saying-
can look sexy in size 28.
Are you saying Lizzo's not a 10?
Are you guys trying to get me canceled?
See, I'm not gonna lie, I don't agree with what you just said because 90% of cosmetics.
And that body positivity shit does not work down here in Brazil. Let me tell you that right now. If you are a woman and you come down here, 300, 400, 500 pounds, you ain't gonna get no action. You ain't gonna get no action. I can guarantee, because you're not a phone call before the lotion. You're not a drunk fuck. You're none of that. Now in the United States, if I got wasted, you would be a phone call before the lotion. Not 500 pounds, not even 300 pounds, but overweight, yeah. But I don't have to settle.
Surgery is by women. Women are trying to change as much as possible. Men don't want to change. They don't have to
no.
They think that because
That is the
you're
biggest
a man,
bullshit.
you're going to be attracted to them. No, like you can't be fat. You stay at home. You're just playing video games, and you expect a woman to want to fuck you. No.
That's who she's fucking with. Because the majority of men are not fat sitting at home playing fucking video games.
No, she's not going to want to fuck you.
Yeah, but then she won't. This is the point. And then she won't, and society will teach them a lesson. They might be able to pull off a little flag with a girl for a year or so, but in general, they're going to end up lonely. In general, they're going to struggle to find partners. I agree with you with the cosmetic surgery thing. Women are happy to change how their appearance and change how they look, but they're not happy to change how they act. Most of them, they're not
Yes,
happy
they
to change
are.
how
No, the
women are
fuck they're
changing
not.
what
That's why
the
you
men
won't
don't
shut the
care
fuck
about.
up.
The men don't care about the big old lips.
Yes, they do.
And no, they do it. The women are doing that for themselves.
Yeah.
Because the men don't care about it. The men would rather a woman change her stinking attitude than put on all that makeup and hair and everything. That's what the men want. But the women will go out there like, oh, I'm going to change this, I'm going to change that. If you look at a man and the man said, yeah, he's fat. The man almost, if he's feeling bad about himself, he wants to make sense. He'll go and hit the gym. What's the woman going to do? Go and do? Get a BBL, get her lips done, put on her makeup, put on her hair, and stay the big old fat person that she is and say, oh, it's body positivity. The men don't even want that. And the women are not getting all this cosmetic surgery for the men. They're getting it for themselves. You can't turn around. What man wants a woman that's going to turn around, go and have an operation? They can't sit on a plane because her arse has been injected or been interfered with. She got to lie there on her stomach. You think the men want that? Or wake up in the morning before you got to hit the house. She's got to put on. I'm sure I worried about some of the men because they must go out with a woman. And then when they wake up in the morning, they think, who the hell is she?
The scars,
By the time you take
catfish.
everything off, women need to change their attitude before they change their makeup. I'm sure that even more than that, change your attitude. Because women will go out there and they will want to change this, they want to change that, all the things that don't count. If you learn to, same way women can go out there and learn to put makeup up, learn to cook, learn to wash by hand, learn to please the man.
That is so
That's what you need to do.
That's outdated, girl.
She's like,
Girl.
That's outdated.
She's right.
for who?
I'm saying it's like we had literally just talked about this off camera when you guys came up in the airport. We were talking about what's the value system or the point system for a woman who cooks versus a woman who can suck good dick and fuck well.
But you can cook and suck.
This is exactly why I don't like her. She's fucking stupid. Like, everything is not sex. Now, can sex blind a man for a certain period of time? Yes. If you got some good pussy and some good head, Auston will tolerate you for a little bit, especially if it's good. But after a while, I'm gonna realize that's all this bitch is. And hey, I'm not gonna stop using you up. I'm gonna milk your ass dry for all that head. But you're gonna become a side chick, and you're just gonna be a late night call or whatever I need to get one off. But you ain't gonna be my main chick if that's all you got. I'll go down and look, and you. That's why Brittany Renner was okay being a side chick, because she has a mistress mentality. All she knows how to do is suck dick. That's all she said. She got offended when the other lady said something about cooking, but she go back to sucking dick.
No, but what I'm saying is that Pearl, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, but quoting her was that when she interviewed people on the street, that there was more points given to something like a sexual return as opposed to wash this with my hand. There's a dishwasher. Why cook? We can eat out. There's a chef. People don't give a fuck about that.
That's what they think.
No, but we literally just talked about this yesterday.
No, it was okay. I did a street interview guys, would you rather have a girl that gave good head or a good cook? And most guys
They want this.
but I think that
I want good head right now. But when I'm having a bad day at work, yes, the head can help me out. But then I don't know. It's the maturity mindset. Like, I get a better feeling. It's more of a turn on. It's just that sex is just not enough. It's more of a turn on whenever I can smell the good spaghetti she making me. Okay? And combine that with the head. Okay? You can't say, oh, you asking for too much. Anybody can learn how to fucking cook. Anybody can learn how to suck dick. Those can both be learned. Okay?
For the quick
but I think
satisfaction.
it's more for like a one night stand.
But what I'm trying to say is that if you, all the women out there, and they're talking about, well, some of the women want to be settled down, they want a man, right? And you've got to think what the man wants. The man ain't interested in that. Look at, when you're doing street interviews, you're interviewing single people. Look at the people there that are happily married and ask them what they do. Because all the things that the women out there are doing, you can be a housewife, you can be going out, you can suck head just as good as any old tramp on the street. And keep your man, and have a man. And I can say that because I'm 32 years in counting.
Auntie, you can't say attraction is not important now. You can't say attraction is not important now.
It is
Initially,
For you to get initially, exactly. A man is not going to find you attractive and then think, oh, because you can cook well. It's got to share.
A man's gonna
Especially a man
find you
that's got money.
attractive and he's
Okay,
gonna,
let's ask Andrew.
I fucking hate modern women with this chef bullshit. What is up with these motherfuckers? I was telling my homeboy to send to us this earlier. These motherfuckers always talking about, oh, get a chef, get a chef. They saying that shit like that shit costs $50 a month. Bitch, can you afford a chef? Okay, and I was telling the Santos earlier, I used to have a client. He was making money. He was a millionaire. He had a woman that came and cooked. I don't know if she cooked every day, but I know she cleaned daily. She was over there every time I came by to cut his hair, no matter what day of the week it was. She cooked every day. I mean, she cleaned every day, the entire 2-story house. But this dude was also a millionaire. Okay? That's not cheap. My dad had 2 women clean up his entire house one day, from even the walls and all that. They cleaned up everything but the ceiling, he said. And that was $100. Now, most maid services, if you want them to come in and wash your dishes, wash your clothes, sweep, clean the toilet, wipe the mirrors every day, that's gonna be at least $100 per day. That's $3,000 fucking dollars a month. Okay, even if you're making 10 grand a month, that's still not a wise decision to blow 30% of it on a fucking maid. So therefore, you got to be making at least 20. Okay, that's still 15% for somebody to do fucking chores. 15% of your income. That's dumb. I still don't think that's right. So let's make some more. I mean, just tell these motherfuckers to buy a maid, because even at 30 grand, that's still 10%. No, fucking, they kill me with this maid shit. Buy a dog, die alone. If you feel like cooking too much, if you feel like cooking is a slave move, bitch, buy 3 fast food meals per day and shut the fuck up.
Okay. Would you be with a girl that's 5 out of 10 because she can cook?
that's what I said.
Shut
Firstly,
the
that's not what you
fuck
said,
up.
to be fair. And secondly, I'll give it the 10 out of 10 who can cook, because I'm top cheap. But to make the point, I think what you have to understand is what men are looking for in a relationship. So you did the street interview, and you're asking single people, probably young people, probably idiots who know they're on camera talking shit about good head, all this garbage. It's bullshit. What men are interested in life, not just in their relationship, but in their life as a whole, is status. I don't think most people understand, especially women, how competitive the male world is and how competitive it is for status. This is why men do everything they do. Men buy the faster car, not to drive me faster, because of status. It's why we want a bigger house. We don't give a shit where we live. It's because of status. It's why I want to go to the gym and get big and strong, because of status. Everything we do is about status. It's why I want the better jobs, why I want more money, why I want to be respected. So what's the number one thing we want our female to give us? Status. That's what we want. So she can give us status by being beautiful. That's one thing she can do. But another thing she could do is, if I turn up home and I come home with my boys and she says, I'll cook you all a steak. That's status. That's all my boys going, Ross, you've just been out all night and she's here and she's going to cook for all of us and she'll clean up and tidy up. That's the kind of girl a man's not going to want to lose because it makes him look good.
But
That's what men want. Status. Suck a dick, blah, blah, blah. Listen, dick can only be sucked in so many ways. I mean, no, let's be serious about this.
You have to gut 3,000.
No, this is actually a serious point, right? This is a very serious point because the Western world has collapsed in real time and it's a failed society. And one of the reasons it's a failed society is because of the over-sexualization, especially of females as a whole. If a woman comes up to me and goes, I'll be the best sex you ever had, I am fucking revolted. I don't want the best sex I've ever had. I want you to be pure and a virgin. You should know what sex is. Cook my fucking dinner. Shut up. Don't come and talk to me about fucking sucking dick. It's vile. It's disgusting. I don't want to hear that shit.
Can I say
I don't want to
something?
hear that shit. What I want is a woman who makes me look good. No woman who's running around talking about sucking dick can make me look good. So I lose interest completely and utterly. And that's the truth. So what she's saying is completely correct. These are old school things, but it's not about the act. Yes, you can order food, of course. It's about the status that comes with it. That's what it's about.
Sagittarius, spoken like a true one. That is true.
My man's a Sagittarius.
Listen, well,
My man's a
so
Sagittarius.
basically, it's a straight shooting sort of conversation. But I think that sometimes we get distracted and we talk about the bicker between men and women. I think that the problem that men and women have is the consequences of the bad decisions that the 1% of powerful men make on our behalf. Because our
Here go this conspiracy bullshit, this woke bullshit.
problems are on a societal level, less than between woman and man. That is why there's a lot of competition between men. This chase for status that they will never get.
Why is that the fault of the 1% of men?
Because they're the ones that drive the machine that runs this. The West is
It's always been that way.
but then think about the men that are at the top now, the corruption and everything that's going on. And this is why it feels very good to sit next to somebody like you and just say, do you know what? I appreciate that you say things that are really true. You expose a very toxic truth and a very true truth as well that is out there. But the reality is, on the trenches, when you go to the grassroots, people don't feel the way that you feel. It's not as simple as what you say. They are victims of this system. So my job here is really not to try and make it about men and women. Is to make you understand that actually we need to start changing the
You
narrative.
don't want to make it about men and women.
They're both messed up on either side.
Because then women look bad.
No, because it's about everybody together. Women have their
Bullshit.
women have their traumas. I'm not here to fight against men and women. That's small.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But the idea that this 1% of men have created this terrible society. Yeah, I talk about that. I talk about the Matrix. I talk about these things. But it's always been this way. It's always been a small elite group of men who are in charge of the world. And unfortunately now, we're fighting battles in different ways. The days of old, a man proved his worth by going to war. Basically, every man at any point in his life was going to end up going to war. And he came back victorious. He came back with honor. He got himself a wife. That's how it worked, right? Now men don't have to go to war as much, depending on where you live in the world, and it's slightly different. And we fight our wars in other ways. And one of the true expressions of testosterone and trying to really express your ability and your combative ability now in the modern world is power and influence. So in the olden days, you go to war, you come back with a ribbon. Nowadays, you got X amount of followers, you can move the world with money. I can bend reality with money. Please understand, if I walk into Jimmy Choo, they lock the door. No brokies allowed in. Tate's here. And I buy what the fuck I want. There's lines outside because I'm there. I bend the world with money. That's how the wars are now won. So you're talking about high status males, and it's always been that way. Now you have a whole contingent of men who aren't dead. Okay, they didn't die in a ditch, but they're lonely as fuck jerking off. And that's the reality of it. And women don't give a fuck about them. And why should you? I'm not sitting here actually shitting on women in any way. I think women have a biological instinct to a degree to try and find the best mate they can because it gives them the highest chance of survival in the harsh realities of the world. And if they look at a man who's not capable, they just don't feel an attraction to him. And that's the bottom line of it. And that's why I'm largely misunderstood. I don't blame women for a lot of the problems. Women are guilty of certain things, but I have a massive amount of blame to place on men because there's so many men who are genuinely incompetent. I was a chick, I wouldn't fuck these losers either. They're losers. So it's hard.
Balance. I love it.
Do you know what I don't understand? Why people always go for the 1%? All the women want to for the 1%. Why don't you just find a regular 9-to-5 person that's going to look after you? You can be his queen. Why can't you just do that? Why is it really rushing? I've got a man, we don't go on social media. And why fuck I don't know that about social media? 9 to 5, I've got around property, 32 years, happy as Larry. What is the problem? It's not old fashioned, it works.
No, Auntie, let me clarify. When I meant 1% is not the 1% of attraction. I mean the actual people that are in charge of the things that run the world the way that
What
it
I'm
does.
trying to say is that it's always been an umbrella we've lived under.
But the
And then the
difference is,
function underneath it. So why is it going to affect me?
I'll explain why. Because as
Sir Mr. Andrew King Tate said.
As he said,
I want to know what
thank you.
she's after.
I'll have this one after
I
this
want to know what she's
point.
after.
Yeah.
And so
Right. It is. I've been drinking lime juice as well. So, as he very rightly said, the society is now evolved. Before men went to war, now men don't go to war. So there's a lot of sense of no purpose that they need to find. And then on the women's side is that the same way that a society evolved, they make men feel less purpose. They have now had to take on bigger purposes. They have to go to work like they didn't have to do before. They have to take care of the family and work and do all of these things and now deal with the fact that men are feeling a little bit like out of, you know.
Rubbish. That's what I'm saying. You get a 9 to 5 person, right? What is wrong with you going out there, find a regular 9 to 5 person, right? You can function underneath that. Because I've always seen the women say, oh, we ain't got enough money. We ain't got enough money. Work with what the man's got.
You're right.
Work with what the man's got. You can make a man your alpha. Everybody wants to go and find these top earning money. Find a 9 to 5, work regular, save your money, learn to cook and not have takeouts, and then save.
And what she's describing, if you come to Brazil, you can find that. These women in Brazil date losers, and they are fucking models, 9s and 10s. They're American models. Now, the Brazilian models usually they're not dating regular guys, but the Brazilian 8s that are equivalent to a U.S. model 10, they're dating losers. Okay, you don't have to be. You notice, guys, if you go look at the past 3 interviews I did with Brazilian women, the past 5, I asked them how much money does a man need to make. They usually say, "What are you talking about?" And if they do answer, they say just enough to pay the bills. I just need him to provide for me. That's usually what it is. But in the States, you got to be able to provide and be able to go on 85 international vacations, afford Jimmy Choo, Louis Vuitton. You got to be able to do just the most extravagant shit. And that's just not fair to the average guy in the United States. So if you bring your average income from the United States, like 50, 40 grand a year, 40 grand turns into 200 grand when you get to Brazil. So this is always an option.
Your money as I did before.
Then you should direct this to the men that feel upset because they're not like after
That's
days.
always direct something to the man.
No,
Why?
she's completely right. I'll tell you this. There's not a girl on this panel or on the planet today who couldn't walk outside and find a man who's going to be nice to her, loyal to her, and make her his queen. Women don't want that. So they'll sit there and go, no, I want Chris Brown. And then they'll go try to get Chris Brown. Then Chris Brown will cheat. And they'll be like, I can't believe he cheated. I am devastated. Well, what the fuck do you think's going to happen? If I go to the car garage, right, you have to make a decision what you truly want in your life. If you truly want to just find a man who's going to look after you, take care of you, you're going to be his queen, he's going to be loyal. You can find that all day, but you're going to have to settle to a degree where a lot of women perhaps are not prepared to do that. You see how women act. They'd rather chase a fraction of a real G's time than have 100% of the time of a fucking dude who they don't respect at that level. And it's kind of like going to a car dealership. You walk in there, if you want reliability, you can get a Nissan. But if you want to get a Ferrari, it comes with headaches. It's going to go problems. So when girls say to me, oh, you know what, Andrew, you should be loyal to that. Men like me don't have to be. And you know that. So why the fuck are you here trying to tell me what to do? Because you know I don't have to be loyal. All the girls I'm fucking don't have to be loyal. So why are you sitting here pretending you expected me to be loyal when everyone knew from ground up day one it was never going to ever fucking happen? And you're still here.
I think
You're still texting.
They're going to be the one that changes you.
No, yeah,
That's the biggest mistake they girls make.
Whose fault is this? This is the female decision. They sit there and decide, no, I want this. Cool, then you're going to have to accept it. He ain't going to be loyal to you. He's barely going to reply to you. That's the game.
they like getting cheated. I swear to God, this show has made me believe. I think women like to be cheated on.
I don't.
I swear to God, no, because all y'all ever talk about is your exes that cheated on you. That's all y'all ever talk about. And it's like that's
talks about that. The regular women that are on it.
The women that come on the show.
Oh, good thing I'm a regular and extraordinaire.
But do you not think it's because we're not holding men accountable? So when a man, because he's a top G, cheats on a woman, it's like, well, what do you expect? When you should actually turn around to him and
Accountable
say,
for what? Accountable for his natural evolutionary biology.
Is cheating morally correct?
Yes.
It depends.
Yes.
How can you say that? Are you
You're
joking?
okay with your woman cheating on you then?
Absolutely not. That's wrong.
No, because
Oh, it's a wrap when she cheats on you, but you can cheat on her.
There has not been, in the history of humanity, across any culture, any book, any story, any fable, there has never been across the history of humanity any respect on the name of a promiscuous female ever. ever. You name the biggest conquerors that you can possibly name from history. Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, all of them. They all had 100 wives, bunch of children, big G, conquered the world. Normal. That is normal evolutionary biology. That's how men are designed to be. There's never been a single female who's been celebrated for her promiscuity ever in history. It's always been frowned upon and disgusting. So yes, we are completely and utterly different. Yes, it's different if a woman cheats on a man. And if a man is at a complete top level of his life and ticks every single box, and if he just...
Jeff, you said, can I drop a poll real quick? What poll do you want me to drop?
Decides to be loyal, which some do, and I can be loyal, and I have been loyal, but there's also times in my life where I think, fuck it, I don't want to be, and get a new girlfriend every single day of the week. I can do that, and I can decide to do that. If a woman decides to do the same, purely because her value is high enough to attract so many males, because she's beautiful, for example, it is completely different. And I'm going to explain to you why it's completely different, so buckle up. It's different.
Let me read a couple of these super chats real quick. Back to the first one. A lot of people typed in the chat. So we got Dapper Gent right here with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much for this, sir. And then we have Jeffrey. Is 5'9" a height? Is 5'9" attractive for a woman in Brazil? There's somebody for everybody out here. Just come to Brazil. Appreciate that super chat. And Russ, thank you with the $2 super chat right here. Thank you very much. Dapper Gents again with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much again, sir. Big J with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody. Okay. Age range for marriage to Brazilian women. What's going on, Ken? How do you drop a poll? Okay. So what do you want the poll to say? Appreciate that, Keith. If big guys are wanted in Brazil, I've seen big guys with success out here too, but being in shape helps you win all across the world. I did see that. Yeah. Being in shape helps you win all across the world, but if you're talking about just big, like you're super tall and, not skinny, yes. Tall men are loved everywhere. Tall men. I'm 5'11" and I'm getting hella love. I know if I was 6'3", 6'4", I'd be getting even more. Most women like tall men. Talking loud as hell. Okay, let's finish watching.
It's different. It's different. Well, I'll tell you why. It is impossible for a female to be promiscuous on a long enough period of time without devaluing herself, because she is fucking people she shouldn't be fucking. There's no way she is sleeping with endless men, and all of them are either high-value men or treating her the way she should be treated. If you find a woman who slept with 50, 100 dudes, she's either fucking dudes which are at her level or haven't worked hard enough to try and get the pussy. She's just too drunk to realize he's a loser, plays video games. Or she's fucking a top G who barely texts her back. So either way, she's fucking dudes she shouldn't be fucking, or a guy who's at the level who doesn't give her the right amount of attention. For a woman to find a guy who's truly on a level, who truly treats her the way she should be treated, that's once every couple years, if that. You ain't just gonna go out there fucking a new dude every week and say, yeah, he's worth pussy. Yeah, he treats me good enough to get my pussy. Da, da, da. And you know what's funny about the universe? It's actually beautiful about the universe because it's equal and opposite forces. When you devalue yourself, it's kind of like men can smell it on you. They can look at a bitch and go, oh. And that's the way it works. So you have to be very careful as a female and sit and go, does this man truly deserve to fuck me? And if you think about it, the answer 99% of the time, especially if you're promiscuous, is no. So when a woman is sleeping around with all these men, she's devaluing herself. She's devaluing herself, and the world knows, God knows, the universe knows. When a man does it, he doesn't devalue himself at all. That's just the way it works.
Can I ask you a question? Wait, Esther, 1 second. Sir, may I ask you a question? What would you say if a woman now is married to 2 men?
What a dumb question.
Haram.
No, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about this. What is the difference between a man, let's say me, I have 4 wives, right? What's the difference between a man having 4 wives and a woman having 4 men?
You can impregnate the 4 wives at the same time.
You can impregnate the 4 wives at the same time, and we know who the parents are, right? So
Yes.
let's say you have 4 pregnancies, you know who the mother is because she's carrying the baby, and you know who the dad is, top G. If you had a woman with 4 men and she gets pregnant, who's the parents?
What about if?
No, I'm asking.
Okay,
You know?
I asked, what if they're different races? One
Answer
wife,
that
one man?
question.
What the hell does that supposed to mean? See, this is how women want to be right so fucking bad. They say the stupidest shit. What Andrew Tate is saying is what I've always said. When a man cheats, you know, okay, that he may have had another baby behind your back, but there's no confusion on that. But if you're sleeping with 2, if you're my girlfriend and you're sleeping with a side dude on the side, and we're both hitting you raw, and you get pregnant, I could be raising a goddamn kid biologically that's not even fucking mine. That's not the same thing. That's fucked up. But this dumb motherfucker says, what if they're different races? What the fuck was that supposed to mean?
Answer the question.
Now, modern science can come along and maybe fix that for you, but that doesn't mean it's not wrong in the eyes of God. The idea of having a family, the idea of a child being born, one of the baselines for a new life to come onto this planet is for at least to understand who the 2 people who made it are, at least. If you're a woman fucking 4 dudes, you don't even know who got her pregnant.
So may I just
It's
say,
disgusting.
Have you seen the twins that had 2 different dads?
oh yeah, I saw that. May I just say something then? So if that is the case, yeah, if the one thing that you're meant to have is you, at least you know who the 2 people that put that child on earth are, then that's why promiscuity for men is also a problem, because they get women pregnant, sometimes they don't even know they have children. That's a wrap, no?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. I blame it on the woman still. If he doesn't know he has a child, why doesn't he know that? It takes 2 to make a baby. The goddamn mother never figured out who he was. And if that's the case, why are you fucking dudes that you don't keep in contact with? So no. Idiot.
No, it's completely different. It's different because you have to understand, I'm talking about.
Let me read this super chat real quick before I miss it. Yeah, she sounds fucking stupid. Brazil is the source of the most beautiful women in the world. That's a fact, but worried about safety and language barriers. So I would try Thailand first. Try Thailand first. But safety, not so much of an issue. It can be an issue if you open yourself up to an issue. I've never been robbed in Brazil. I've never been drugged. None of that. God forbid. But I move different. Language barrier, yeah, there's going to be a language barrier. But learn. Why not learn a second language if you don't already have a second one? Why not? So Kashim says, oh yeah, that's why they have a DNA test. Yeah, if you don't know who the father of your child is, go get a DNA test and they can figure out who he is. But still, that's still her fault. Because in order for you to not know who the hell the father is, you was doing a lot of fucking. And you wasn't fucking the same person. I'm from Texas. More than likely, you won't get by. You won't. Block this dude. Yeah, no.
You look at humans from a societal perspective, but society has changed, right? So let's say 200-300 years ago, if a woman got pregnant, she needed a man to survive. If that man didn't take care of her during pregnancy, she was going to die. She couldn't work a job, couldn't hunt, couldn't fish, whatever, right? A woman literally needed that man for survival. So if you were to come to me and say, I'm pregnant, but you've been fucked by 4 different dudes, I'm like, who says this is mine? Why am I looking after you? None of them will look after her. She will literally perish. This is why most of the world today Still today, virginity is so coveted, and throughout all of history, it's been so coveted because that's the only way to ensure paternity. She's a virgin, I know that's my baby. She ain't a virgin, proves mine. Outside of this modern science bullshit, Shaitan, the devil we have here in the West, and most of the world today, without virginity or at least a low body count or at least anti-promiscuity, you can't tell that that's your baby. So it's a completely different thing. You're looking at the idea of a woman being pregnant and coming to a group of men saying, one of you has to take care of me, put up with me when I'm fat and being annoying and I need my bills paid. And all the men are going to sit there and go, no, fuck no, prove it's mine. You can't prove it, bounce. Or it's different. If I get 4 women pregnant, we know the deal.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So obviously back then for survival, women needed a man, otherwise when they were pregnant could die and all of these things, they would perish. In today's society, given evolution, given the fact that as women we can go and get. Yeah, but I'm not saying that. Isn't there a glitch between what's actually happening and the nature of what we have in our bodies? I think that's probably the conflict that we're having right now.
Glitch in what way?
In the sense that women don't feel like they need men in the most physical sense, perhaps like
right.
naturally.
It's very interesting. Women don't feel like they need men in a physical sense because life is soft, but it's bullshit. And it's bullshit because you still need men by proxy, 1. And 2, the second life gets difficult, you very quickly learn how much you need men. But women will go, I'm independent, I don't need no man because I have an OnlyFans and men pay my OnlyFans, and anyone comes up to me, I'll call a male police officer. I don't need men. Shut up, you fucking idiot. Of course you do. This name, your whole life is based on fucking men. The road you're driving on was paved by a man. The house you're living in was built by a man. The car you're driving was designed by a...
And they like to say, oh, well, yeah, women can do all those things. But women, 9 times out of 10, women are not doing construction. They're not doing any of these hard jobs that he's naming off right now. And they can. Women have the right to do that. If they want to sign up and build houses and pave roads all fucking day and put 5G installation underground, they can do that. But they don't. They do the easy shit because they need you to do the hard shit. So they need you.
Man, your whole life depends on men. And the second anything bad were to happen to you, the second you were physically threatened, or times were to get hard, or war were to start, or famine, or riots, the first thing you do is find a big strong man, shit yourself, and throw the feminism out the window. Feminism goes out the fucking window the second that the snow needs shoveling, or there's a fucking broken down car, or the tire needs changing, and all that crap vanishes. It's garbage. And this is the very interesting thing. I'll make a point here, which is going to get you canceled again. I don't give a fuck. But this is the point. Feminism in and of itself can't be defended. Any idea, the point of an idea is that it can be defended by the people who believe in it. This is what the whole point of war since the dawn of time. It doesn't matter if it was the Christians against the Hindus. It doesn't matter if it was the Germans against the French. There were people who had ideas and ideologies, and they were prepared to fight each other to defend their ideology. Feminism is an ideology which cannot be defended by feminists. The only people who can defend feminism are the men who subscribe to the garbage. If all the feminists were to get in a line and say, we want feminism, and the conservative men were to get in a line, you will learn very quickly it's bullshit. I had a friend in Afghanistan when Taliban kicked America out. And he told me the Americans were telling the girls they could go to school. So they built all these girls' schools, and they put the Afghanistan Defense Forces there, and they funded the Afghanistan Defense Forces to protect these schools. You had American satellites, you had night vision goggles. Taliban were afraid to attack. America leaves. Now you have Afghani defense forces. They're basically blind. They don't have satellites anymore. Don't have night vision, whatever. So now it's a real war. The men are standing next to this girls' school. The Taliban are coming. You're standing there. You look at this girls' school going, I don't really give a fuck if girls go to school. Bounce. And you didn't fight. So that's why they all gave up and Taliban took over so quickly. And when I said this, the girls like, yeah, they should have fought for us, feminism. Why don't the women fight? Oh, like the women can't defend their own fucking idea. You need men to defend feminism. So that's why the whole thing is stupid. So the second men don't defend it, it just fails as a fucking ideology. It's garbage.
May I tell you something now? So this is the thing. This is when we assume that women perhaps don't have the physical or even mental ability to go to a war. Wait.
You don't have the fucking physical ability to go to war. Listen, motherfucker. Why don't we do this? We need to make an army of feminists. We need to be like China and start doing heavy surveillance and start jotting down these women's first and last names and find their information, putting them on this long list. And whenever Russia decides to invade a NATO country and World War III starts, let them go fight first. And watch how them motherfuckers get wiped the fuck out. Women, because with these women that say, oh, we can go to war too. Get your ass out there and get shot then. Because this is one of the only countries. They're in England, but these first world countries are one of the few countries that allow women to say shit like this. Okay, women in China, North Korea, and Thailand aren't talking like this. So if you're in let's say perhaps we go to war with North Korea, we got the feminists versus the North Koreans. So what I just heard was we got the men versus the women. Who the fuck is gonna win that? Those women they're gonna surrender and get raped and get the breast cut off. I mean, everything's gonna go bad for them. They'll be speaking Korean before it's over with.
Wait, because this is the thing. For example, in Ukraine, a lot of women took up arms, and in fact, I'm Angolan. I'm Angolan. I'm Angolan, and all.
Don't lie.
Listen,
to people out.
wait, no worries. I'll talk about my personal story. Let me tell you something. This is the thing. I think it's also really like silly to assume that, for example, a woman, because she didn't go to school, she'll not be as intelligent as a man. Therefore, naturally, a woman is not
Nobody said that shit.
intelligent. No, it doesn't make sense. If we're now starting to normalize equality and we want to put everybody in the forefront, give a woman a
Who's
gun.
normalizing equality?
Well, that's what people are wanting. Then that's the
People
case.
like who?
Let me tell you,
Who wants
Auntie.
to normalize equality? People like who? Feminists. Who
No,
wants
I want. Well, actually, no equality. I want respect. That's video.
No, that's not you from getting respect.
No,
I get respect.
I get respect. I get respect.
So
That's
you
what I
said
want.
you want respect.
What I think
You
is.
never know what you want.
I'll tell you what I
You don't know what
want.
you want. You want
As a
equality.
woman, I carry myself differently. I actually hold the things I have done in the fights I fought. I hold it. That's why when you speak to me, I don't move different. I move different to many of the girls. That's why when you talk to me and you argue with me, I don't take it. You do
I tell
sometimes.
you.
And I'll tell you something. A lot of women may have the accolades to be somebody, but they are uncomfortable to own that. And the reason why
Bullshit.
I would like to ask you, for example, I do need a man, for example, to procreate. But other than that, I'm quite strong, and I would find a way to protect myself differently. With that mentality, what would be the man that would be for me then?
Janela, what would you do if one of these security guards broke into your door?
That goddamn thing.
Okay, I'll tell
What would
you.
you do? What would
One,
no, seriously, there's no guns here.
I'll tell you. No, I'm not a feminist. I'm not a feminist. I'm a bit smarter.
Okay.
Either I play dead, one. Yeah.
Okay, they see you're not dead.
It's okay. No, I'd be like this, and then if not, maybe I would kind of like be very gentle and comply to find a way to get out of it. If they want to come and kill me,
let's make it
there's not much how many people
But
can
let's make
do.
an important point. You're talking about equality, equality, respect. The way you get respect as a woman is by being feminine. There's nothing. We can be equal and very, very different. I'm not saying that there's not equality, but you've confused equality with the same. You can be equal with completely different things. You can have a bishop and a knight on a chessboard. They're equal in terms of points, but they do different things, right? A woman can have equal respect to a man if she's very good at being a woman, and a man gets respect for being very good at being a man. When a woman decides she wants to act like a man, or a man wants to act like a woman, that's where all gets fucked up. We try to pretend it's all the same. It's not the same. Men and women are good at different things. We have different strengths, different weaknesses. There's nothing wrong with accepting that. There's nothing wrong with saying, I'm a woman, I'm good at X, he's a man, he's good at Y. Then we work together as a team, we have a beautiful family, we're happy forever. It's only confused where you have women who sit and go, no, because in the name of equality, we can fight and work. There's no fucking women on the front line in Ukraine. That is psyop bullshit. They put some chick there dancing around with Pokemon dances to try and convince men to go fucking die in the ditch. It's garbage. If you go to the front line in Ukraine right now, you do not see women in their makeup and their manicures. You see fucking men in the freezing cold dying. You know where the women are? Dubai, chilling. That's where the women are. So to sit and pretend that women are just as capable physically as men is a fucking lie, it's delusion. To say that you're as strong as men is delusion. You are good at other things. You're better than men at a lot of things, but it's not the physical world. And the unfortunate reality about life, this is what we're saying when I was saying earlier that feminism goes out the window when things get hard. The harder the world gets, the closer it gets to the baseline of humanity. The unfortunate baseline of humanity is violence.
Yeah.
That's what happens. If all the electricity were to go out and all the police were to quit, this would become a violent place very quickly, and there would be fucking zero feminists left. Zero.
Exactly.
All men. That's the bottom line of reality. That's the bottom line. So you have to understand as a woman and say, okay, I'm a man who's good at being a man.
But no one's saying that we don't need men in society. Of course we do. We're talking
Yes, the fuck you are, you fucking idiot. There are scientists, doctors, wherever the fuck they are, that are trying to come up with a way for women to make children without men's sperm. So yes, you do not want us in fucking society altogether. And you're dumbasses because all you're gonna do is raise a bunch of single mothers and put child support on yourself. Not single mothers, single children, and be a single mother and put child support on yourself.
about relationships. yeah, you're strong, but the thing is, I can live my life as a woman and not need a man. What's a woman?
No, the fuck you can't. I bet you a man pays her fucking check.
Like in my day-to-day life, I don't need a man to fix my car. I'll just go to the mechanic.
Listen, right?
Which is a fucking, you know what? How many female mechanics have y'all seen? I'm gonna go ahead and end this shit right here. Shout out to Just Pearly Things. If you guys are not subscribed to her channel, which you probably are because she's at 906,000 from what I see right here. When I met Pearl, what was that? Early October. That was like mid-October, like October 14th, 13th. She had about 475,000 subscribers. From her growth right now, she'll hit 1 million before New Year's. So shout out to her. Big props to her for her fast growth. I'm praying on my day to come like that one day. But honestly, I think in order for me to grow like that, I'm gonna have to do what she's doing. Like the passport bro thing, it is growing. My channel is growing, right? But I feel like if I went back and forth about this dumbass shit with these, let me not talk bad about nobody, you know. But if I did what she did and I talked about those kind of annoying problems that get old, it would grow faster because people like going back and forth about shit they can't fix. I'm a solutions guy, okay? I have the solution. Your solution is to get the fuck away from these kind of people. But I'm gonna have to start a podcast, but the difference is because people say do it with Brazilian women, but the problem is if you have a Brazilian woman that speaks English, she's a fucking problem. Which I guess that's a good idea. We need a problem because the problem is what attracts viewers. So I guess we get a Brazilian woman that speaks English. And that won't be hard to find because they're out here. I just can't stand them when I meet them. Not all of them. I know 2 or 3 of them that's cool, but the majority of them are just fucking idiots. So let me read a couple of these super chats before we head out. That guy said Brazilian women are not beautiful. He needs his eyes examined. Auston and Fred have been showing receipts. Yeah, anybody that I can't stand a man that talks down on Brazilian women. Like, there's no way in hell you can't love these women down here. There's no way in hell you can't think they're attractive. Whenever I have a want to block people whenever I see them. Appreciate that super chat. Whenever I see them talk about, oh, those women, ain't shit wrong with Brazilian women. Yes, there's bad apples down here too. There's nowhere near as many as the States. But these are the greatest women on the planet, if you ask me. Are women in Bahia traditional? More traditional in the United States. You still have younger women that, you know, they know how to cook, they know how to clean, they know how to treat a man. But it's going to be better the older they get. But to answer your question, more of a yes than less than no. For example, if you ask me, are women in New York traditional? I'm going to tell you, fuck no. Anywhere in the United States. Maybe even in Mississippi, I heard they're not even traditional like they used to be. So, no. Those chicks apart from Auntie prove why your movement will be the best thing for men of value at Auston. Yes. There's no point in going back and forth with them. Just get your passports. It's that bad. Salute, Keith Jenkins. I appreciate your super chat. Thank you very much. I've seen you many times before. I appreciate all the support. Borza says the best podcast collab is with American women. Brazil is great, by the way. I love it here. I'm never leaving. If I do leave, it's a vacation. I'm coming right back to Brazil. You can attack feminism over there with your podcast. Yeah, that might be what I have to do. Who is E. Sherry? Yeah, let's do that. That's a good idea. So the next English speaking women, I'll find out here. I'm just gonna call them in. I'm gonna call them in. We're gonna debate, and I'm gonna let them piss me off. And yes, this is the first step. Buy the access to the 300 jobs list. It's in the description of the video. Ahmad has already put it in the chat. And yeah, that is the first step, is to actually work on getting out of the country. But I appreciate everybody coming through today. It was a good live stream today. Shout out to Vibing with Fred. He's tagged in the video and he is tagged in the description. Shout out to Just Per the Things. I'll tag her in the description as well. And I will see you guys later. I know Average Man Unplugged, we are supposed to be going live Friday at 6 p.m. my time, which is 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, or 3 p.m. in Texas. In Dallas, Texas, it'll be 3 p.m. there. So you figure out what time you are from there. And I will see you guys then. No, I do not have a visa, and I will be staying here permanently. I'm never leaving. But I'm working on getting my visa. But no, I'm not leaving. But I'll see you guys in the next live. Get your passports. Come to Brazil. Come to Colombia. Come anywhere outside the United States that is not an English-speaking country, because it's really that bad. See y'all next time.